Hello, this is Jackie with Creative Paper Crafting, and I am working with the Magical Christmas Kit from the Crafty Witches, which is such a wonderful Christmas kit. So first, I thought we would do a slimline card. So I'm just showing you how I would go about making my card. So I'm going to pop this paper on, and my paper's from the kit. Most of my paper is from the kit. I have a couple of mats that I have cut for my stash, but for the most part I try to use the paper in the kit because, I mean, it's just so pretty. So this is actually from the insert, and I cut it out so that I could use it for the front of my card because I thought it was just that pretty. So let's go ahead and pop this one on. And I do want this one, I'm trying to think if I want that one up. No, I'm going to keep this one flatter. So I'm using the art glitter glue. My bottle is ancient. So my bottle is a little ancient. What I do is I buy a great big bottle and I just keep refilling my bottle. So it looks a little rough. All right, so I'm going to pop that on, and then I want to pop up. I want to pop up this right here. So this one I'm going to pop up. And I apologize. I have a little bit of a raspy voice today. So I'm just going to put my little foam tape on here and pop it up. And it matches my snowman, or Santa Claus rather, in the picture. See? But it's a little bit bigger version. A little bit more emphasis. So let's take this off. And then I'm going to show you what if I were going to hand deliver this card to somebody, I would have popped up that one underneath. But since I'm going to put it in the mail here in the US, you have to be careful what you put in the mail, or you have to pay to have it hand stamped. But even if you pay to have it hand stamped, sometimes they'll reject it if they feel hard pieces in it. And here in my little town, when I have used a ribbon, they have rejected it. But if I were going to hand deliver this to somebody, I would have, underneath this green card, I would have added this and put a little bow right here off to the side, because I think that would have been so cute. So I'm showing you that because if you're going to hand deliver your card, you could do something like that. So this comes from the kit too, and I want to keep with the green and the blue, and that's actually the same background as that one. So I'm just going to glue this down and pop it on. So I'm just using the sentiments that came with the kit and the paper to pop up my sentiment. And so let's put this on. And I have some new tape, foam tape. So I've got to cut it open. Let me do that. And if you're in the US, I just buy my tape, my foam tape, at the dollar store. They don't always have the same exact size, or sometimes they have it on a roll, sometimes it's little individual ones. You just don't know what they're going to have. So when I go, I buy several at a time. So if you're in another country, you might have a dollar type store. Our Dollar Tree is a Dollar Tree, but it's really $1.25. So they should change the name to like everything under $2 or something. I don't know. All right, so I'm just going to pop these off. Now you can use any kind of foam tape you want. You don't have to use these little itty bitty ones. It's just what I have on hand. I always add a little dot of glue so it doesn't fall apart after the tape from the foam tape kind of dries out. So I'm just going to put this down here in the corner because it kind of matches the coat and hat. If I was going to do a red one, I would have put it over here on this corner. Now remember, if you're going to hand deliver this, you could add a pretty ribbon right here, but I'm going to mail this one, so not so easy. So here it is. This is a nice slimline card. When you take it into the post office, this one, because it's foam, should go through okay, but you should still have them look at your card, because if you don't put the right postage on, they will charge the other person for the extra postage to hand stamp something. So there we go. So beautiful card in just a few moments. All right, let's do another one. Let's do this one here. All right, so I prepped already. I've already prepped. So I like this snowman. I think it's so cute. The paper. This is paper. So I just cut it out with my die, and I'm going to just put my glue on. And I notice everybody does their glue different. I'm a squiggly kind of gal glue. But you want to have enough, but not too much, because if it's lumpy, it will not stay nice and flat. So then I'm going to put this one over the top. I'm just going to kind of put it around. Just pop that one on. Now, I'm going to pop this one up a little bit, and so I want to use my tape that is not too thick. The like this width here, not the width going across, but how deep it is not too thick, because I don't want this to pop up real big, because I'm going to pop up my next layer too. So you want to, you don't want to have too high. But, it's like your hair. It can't be high enough. That is, if you're from the South, it can't be high enough. I used to live in Georgia. And that was something we used to say in school. Can't be high enough. All right, so I'm going to pop this one up, but it's not too thick. So I'm going to take this off. And you can add if you wanted. I like having a little white showing on my cards. I don't have a problem with that at all. But some people, they don't like having white. So you could matte. You could put a square matte underneath it in another color. Really, it's all up to you, because you're being creative. It's all up to you. So here we go. So I've popped this up a little bit because I want to pop up my next one a bit more. So I'm going to pop this one up a little bit more. And you're really just seeing a hint of the pattern behind the paper, but that's all you really need. I think it's, I just love it. I love this paper. I'm going to go ahead and pop this one up and this one. And there we go. And again, it really just does not take that much time to do your cards. So let's put this one on. I love it with the lantern. I think that is just so adorable. So adorable. All right, so let's do our sentiment. So I'm going to put festive greetings, which I love. I love that sentiment. And again, I just took the paper that came, and I'm using it kind of as my backing paper. And I'm going to put this one down here. Then we're going to look at it for a moment and see if should we put anything else. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to, yeah, I'm going to pop this one up a little bit, I think. I'm just going to take this. Now I'm going to, confess, I have a hard time cutting straight when I do my sentiments. So I use these big scissors, and I still have a little, sometimes it's not completely straight. It's a little wonky, but I think I'll do it in the middle. But these are hand-crafted cards, so, you know, it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's actually kind of charming, maybe, not to be perfect. All right, so I have these little enamel dots, which I think are so adorable. And I purchased them because they had the blue and this kind of pinky salmon kind of color. So I'm trying to decide, should I use the blue or should I use, trying to decide which one would look better. I kind of think the blue, because we have the blue in the sentiment. But nobody would know if you went with, say, a different color. They wouldn't think, oh, she should have used another color, because they're not going to know you were contemplating. So I'm going to put these on. Now, sometimes I actually put glue with these as well, but I did not at this moment. All right, so here we go. So you would want to take your card in to have it hand stamped, because number one, it's square, and then it's also popped up a little bit. So this is our next one that we have just completed. Did not take too much time. See, they're so cute. They're just adorable. All right, let's do a tag. So let's do a tag. All right, so what I've done is I love using more than one thread. And what I did with this one is I actually didn't mean to pop those on here. I was taking them off in order to put around, and I set them down and they stuck. So we're just going to keep it. So what I did is I cut out this twice so that I could put it back to back to give it a little bit of stability. So let's put this one together. If you have a scan and cut, you can cut your tags out. I did this with a cutting die. I do have a scan and cut. I have a CM350 scan and cut. So you can make tags from your scan and cut. So this gives it, see, a little bit more stability. I'm going to go ahead and leave those three there because I had set them down. Now I'm going to put this one on the back, what I would consider the back side. So I'm going to put that on the back. And I'm going to kind of match up my little holes there. Now this makes it, again, a little bit more sturdy. So what I did is, let me grab this. I cut out, I'm not using the polka dot. I'm using the white because my idea is that you could put the person's name here that you want to give this to. So that's what I was thinking. So I'm going to have this here, but I might have to give it a little bit more of a hole. Let me grab my this little hole punch. I apologize. Let me move my, you can hear that noise. I apologize. It's from my scan and cut. It heard us talking about it, and it was my little plastic cover for my mat, so I apologize for that noise. Very distracting, I know. All right, so let me put this in. And what I'm doing is just giving it a little bit of a bigger hole there. Let's try that again. It was kind of locked in place, so it didn't do it. Let's try it again. I have arthritis, so I have a little trouble sometimes squeezing. All right, so I'm going to put this up here with my ribbon, and you could write the name of the person you're giving it to on this card. So that is why I have it in white. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me grab my pen, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put someone's name on here that I know I'm going to give a gift to. So see, I could go ahead and put their name, and then that way you could attach this to their gift. Now, on the front, let's put our next piece. let's grab our next thing that we want to put on it. And right here, I'm going to put Festive Wishes. Now you could put anything you want, of course, but I love Christmas. I love how excited children get, how excited elderly people get, actually. So let's put this on. Now you could put one of the Santa Clauses or snowmen on here if you want. You could put any of the elements. So let's put this, Festive Wishes. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the ribbon through. Now, I picked colors. Here's the green. And we have a little bit of white, off-white here. And we have some reddish, pinkish red. So that's why I picked these colors. So you're just going to feed it through here. And so you just have to kind of work with it to get it all through. So I got one through. You might have to do it one at a time. Now this is very thin, so I'm going to do it. I probably should have done it first. So I'm going to try to put it through. I'm looking to see if I had a needle so I could poke it through with the needle. There we go. I got it. And then let's see if it'll fit. It might not because it's getting pretty thick in here with all the ribbon, but I like having more than one ribbon. I think it's so pretty. Okay, here we go. Pull it through. Oop, it got part of it. Pull the other through. There we go. So then you can just bring it through. And you can either tie it in a knot or you could have looped it through. However you normally do your ribbons. I'm just going to tie it like in a little knot for this tag here. Like I said, I have a little bit of arthritis, so sometimes I have a little dexterity issue. But don't let that stop you from crafting. Don't let things stop you if you love to do something. See, and then you just kind of pull it through. There you go. And then you can play with it and make your ribbon a little bit more attractive. There we go. Make it just a little bit more attractive. And then kind of spread it apart. And you have the person's name on it, and you can attach it to their present. You could attach it to a front of a card even. If you made a card, you could actually, instead of putting your element, you could put this on the front, and it would be just as cute. And so then I have the little picture on the back. If you want to decorate the back, you can. It's kind of up to you. So there's our tag. And let's do one more card. All right. This is actually, this card here is actually not really quite 5 by 7. It is almost 5 by 7. But it is the rectangle which will go through our postage. And it actually came, it was a note card that I'm just using that I had received in, I don't know, a card kit or something. So it's not actually quite 5 by 7. It was like 5 by 4. So I cut my mat down, and I'm going to use it. It'll go through our postage as long as it is rectangle, without having to be hand stamped. But if you put a lot of elements on it, then it does have to be hand stamped. So you just kind of got to think about what you're mailing into whom. All right, so I'm just using, now this is from my stash. So some gold paper, because I think that, Christmas is all about the gold. I love gold at Christmas. And then I'm going to put these two snowmen on it. So let me do like this. Now I'm going to pop this up because I do want it popped up. There we go. And then, now if you want to put more tape, some people put a lot of tape on theirs. You could put more if you want more. I don't really find it real necessary, but I know a lot of people, they do like it. Let's put this in the center. And then here's our Santas, or not Santas. They're snowmen, but with the Santa type hat, the snow type hat, toboggan type hat. Let's put it here. I just think they're so cute. Really reminds me of childhood. And then I took the make memories, because you're outside in the snow making your memories. So let's just put this on our card right here. Not like that. Now, if you wanted, see if you want to make it even more popped up, you can do another layer, which is what I'm going to do. I am going to do another layer. And I'm going to pop it on. I think it's all about the layering myself. Now, this card, because it is thicker, you're going to have to take it in and have it hand stamped if you do lots of layers. And it's not that big of a deal. The only time it's a big deal is during the holidays, right before Christmas. There could be long lines. So you're going to pop that up. What I sometimes do when I do a card like this is I set something on top to make sure it dries. All right, now my idea was to put one of these on each corner. And I don't know if they're going to stick to this paper very well or not. So what I'm going to do is just do like a dab in each corner. And I'm going to put one in each corner. On the glitter paper, sometimes it's a little hard for things to stick. And they seem to be sticking. They seem to be doing it. All right, let me pull this one off. And I got these, if you're looking for something like that and you're in the U.S., at Joann's Fabric. All right, I think that is just so adorable. So there we have it. So I'm not quite sure when we started, but I think we did this probably in about 15 minutes. So we have our cards all made. So wonderful. And this is Magical Christmas. Isn't that pretty? All right, I hope you enjoy this kit if you get the kit. So much fun. And I will see you next time. Have a good day.